This is part 2 of Work Environment in ISO 9001:2015. Welcome back. Part 2 of this series is about social factors. How is an auditor going to determine the requirements? And how is the organization going to provide objective evidence that they're meeting the requirements? Remember that every time you see a shall, the auditor can look for objective evidence. So the question at hand then is, does the organization have policies that are in conformance with requirements? I, as the auditor, am going to look around at various places to come to this determination. The most important place is the customer's PO terms and conditions. I'll also look at an employee handbook to see if there are certain policies in place. I'll look at employee incoming training materials and also public postings, because there are some regulations that actually require public statements of the organization's policies in regard to certain requirements. Here's an example. This is from the current Lockheed purchase order terms and conditions, in which there's an anti-discrimination requirement. If I find out that you're doing business with Lockheed, I'm going to go to various places in your employee literature and find out if you have a discrimination policy. Here's another one from Chugach Corporation. This company does a lot of business with the government. In this case, there's a whistleblower regulation, and the regulation requires posting of a whistleblower protection notice someplace in the business to encourage employees to come forward to report fraud. If I see this, I'm going to go look at public postings in other places to make sure the organization has this policy posted. This one is from Textron Corporation, and it states that neither the seller nor any sub-tier suppliers will utilize child labor or slave labor or engage in abusive employment activities, and also places a requirement on the supply chain. So if I see something like this, I'm also going to go to the purchasing department, confirm that these requirements are being passed on to the suppliers. So the audit methodology for this clause is as follows. I'm going to inspect the PO terms and conditions of the largest customers. I'm going to examine employee documentation and company policies to determine conformance to customer requirements. If I can't find objective evidence, the organization is subject to a non-conformance. And I'm going to continue the audit trail into the purchasing department if I find anything that's interesting. That's it for part 2 of Work Environment. Next up is the psychological environment. Thanks for watching.